Hey, welcome to Gracie Schwarzwald. I'm here with Erkan Mete, and we're continuing with our complete Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Self-Defense Course. And we're looking at takedowns in this situation, defending takedowns. Okay, so now we're going to go over defending the double leg. There's many ways, but we're going to go over the most fundamental. And this actually, you can defend single legs this way. You can defend any number of takedowns this way. Okay, so how do we defend takedowns? There's a few things, right? First, right, movement, right? It's like any of the things we've talked about. Movement, right? If he moves and I can't ever get a beat on him, it's hard. He keeps too far away, it's too hard. The second is structures. Like if he's trying to shoot on me, right? I'm posting, my hand, elbow, head. He gets past my shields, right? So he gets past my hand, gets past my elbow, gets past my head, and he gets into my hips. Okay? We talked about this when I teach wrestling in 30 seconds, right? If I go for your head, what do you do with your hips? If I go for your hips, what do you do with your hips? You move them away, right? Hips come in when I go for your head. Hips move away when I go for your head. Hips. Can't speak today. So this is the sort of extension of that. When he goes for my hips, I need to sprawl my legs away, my hips away. Okay? We're going to go full on for this, right? Normally, sometimes if it's just kind of weak, I can just sprawl my hips a little bit. But if he's doing a full shot, like a double leg, I've got to sprawl my legs all the way out. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the sprawl, because I see people practice this, I won't say incorrectly, but they're doing it to look cool and they don't realize, when you're practicing and you don't think about what you're doing, the mechanics of what you're doing, you're just building bad habits often, right? So what he wants to do for the drill to learn this is he's going to just have a square stance. He's going to squat straight down, put his hands on the mat, fingers out, okay? And he's going to drop his hips all the way to the mat. You don't have to turn your hip right or left right now just to see this. Now notice something very important. The arms are locked. The chest and head is up. What he doesn't do is drop into a push-up position. The whole idea, what I'm trying to do as an attacker, is get underneath his hips. Build a wedge underneath his hips. So if he kind of drops into a sort of push-up position, his hips are off the ground, here, I'm able to get under his hips. The whole idea is you're driving your hips into the ground as hard as possible, which you cannot do if your arms are bent or your hips are in the air. So you'll see people kind of go like this, right? Or like this. And my hips are on the ground, but there's no weight because my upper body is also down. Okay? So now one thing I also see, can I get you to stand up, is what people do. I don't know why. They jump in the air first and then they sprawl. Your whole goal is to get your hips to the ground. Yeah. And yet people go the opposite direction first. You can only go as fast as the speed of gravity, right? So if you jump up, you're just adding to the time down. You can't force yourself down. The whole point here is what he does is when he puts his hands on the ground, he sprawls his hips back. You can be flat foot or on the balls of your feet. Don't have your feet super wide. Can I get you to turn? Don't have your feet, go ahead, sprawl. Super wide, but also don't have them narrow. You want them just a little bit outside shoulder width. There you go. So if I was here now and I'm trying to get underneath, I can't get underneath. Okay, here. But if his hips are up a little bit, I can start to build under. You see? Okay, so one more time. Let's get you facing the camera. Okay, back up. Now face me. Same situation. Good. Okay, so now, let's talk about this. When he shoots, right? Yes, Kyle Dake can do this, but none of us is Kyle Dake. Okay, what I want to do is I want to block him again, getting under my hips. So if he kind of shoots, we'll just go easy, and I reach over his body, not only can he see he's already under my hips, and he can start to build, and even then he can pick me up, or let's go down on the ground. Let's say you shot in. And I'm over here, okay? Post your hand, sorry. Step your leg up, sit out. No. Sit your leg through, sit out. There we go. Here, okay? So I want to try to get at least one arm in front of his shoulder to block him driving in, okay? So when he shoots, a lot of times, I'm going to come here. Now notice as he drives into me, my hips just sink, okay? I'm not reaching and I'm moving my hips back, okay? So the way I do this is when he reaches, what happens is people will reach here. So when he shoots, I actually bring my arms back by my hips. So we're here and he shoots, look, here. If he starts peeking his head out, look, I move his head under my hips. I don't want his head to be peeking out either side unless I'm setting something up. So a way to practice this, it gets kind of scary sometimes to practice this standing, is, let me have you postured up here. I'm simply going to drop and shoot. Draw your hips, there we go. Yep. One more time. Good. Notice how his hips go all the way down. This time, keep your hips up. Look, now I'm going to start building up my base, taking him over, okay? If my head starts peeking out, move your hips over my, yes, here. So if I'm here, you shoot. This is why I don't like to do this sprawl, which I see people do. Okay? If he can cut in a corner on a takedown, he's going to take me down. Meaning, if he shoots in on me, and I kind of do like this, walk around this, no, the other way, walk around this way, you see how he's going to start breaking me down? Okay? So if he shoots in on me, I want to keep him in front of me. Look, my hips are here. Watch. I go here. Now he wants to walk around some side or the other. Here. But if I'm like this hand is going to reach for the leg. He's going to walk around this way. He's going to start breaking me down. Okay? So, one more time from standing. We're here. He shoots in. I got to cover. Here. Drive. Notice my hips are all the way down. Okay. And that is our sprawl counter to the double leg. By the way, when I say double leg, any low tackle. So if this is a street fight, and I just try to, same thing here. Okay, it doesn't have to be the guy knows wrestling. It's just schoolyard low tackle. Right? So that is our counter to the double leg or low tackle.